Okay, folks, let me make sure I got everything together. All right. I think we are good to go. I'm not quite sure. Just let me double check on all that. There we go. And yeah, there we go. Okay. So I think we're good. Yes, we are live on youtube.com. What is up, Deadly Saints Nation? I am Firestar Heart, and if I sound a little bit hoarse, it's because I'm still fighting. What is up, Michael Hall? Welcome to the live chat. Hope you enjoy your stay here. Let's get everybody in. I'm gonna do some WWE talk and talk about something that might be a little bit more of a pick-me-up. Other than that, last night's Raw wasn't too grand, I guess you could say. But before we get into all that, we'll get into it, trust me. Yeah, true, Michael. Okay, so a few things to get out of the way. Of course, you know how we do it. If you are new to the channel, you can, of course, like the video, comment, subscribe to join the Deadly Saints Nation right here on youtube.com. And, of course, you can also follow me on twitch.tv for all my live gameplay footage. And we got some new things coming along with you guys, but, you know, we'll get the normal stuff out of the way. Of course, you can follow me on Facebook, Firestar Heart CRW Universe. Yes, there's 2 pages. If you want to be friends with me, you can follow me on Firestar Heart. And if you want to just follow the official fan page, Firestar Heart CRW Universe. You can also follow me on Twitter at Firestar Heart, which, you know, I tweet pretty much daily, whether it's liking a video or sharing one of these things that's going on here. So I'm fairly active on Twitter, I guess you could say. Then, yeah, if you want to help support the channel, you can do a few things. You can check out, you can go through PayPal, Streamlabs, Patreon, or you can get yourself some official Firestar Heart merchandise, which we have a couple of new things out, and I'm putting some new things together as well. Go to teespring.com/stores/Firestar-Heart for all of your Firestar Heart needs. Now, what's the new thing we got? We have a new Facebook page in which Havoc is MVP of right now because I don't really have the power to do Facebook streaming, not to the way I would like to do. So, but yeah, practically giving it away. What is up, Grizz? Go to facebook.com/Renegade Games, which the link for that is in the description below. I believe it is R3. Yeah, R3, then just spell out Negade Games after that. R3 NEGADE Games. So that is the one you will be looking after. Be sure to like that page. There's been like practically daily content up there. It's pretty cool. Havoc's got the setup. And speaking of Havoc, he is not here, obviously, right now. So, yeah, we're going to call him Havoc from now on, I believe. Because, well, that's what we're doing with Renegade Games. So, I think that would be pretty cool. But other than that, folks, I guess let's get into it. I got pretty much 2 weeks worth of Raw and SmackDown to catch up on. I'll cover NXT once I can actually start watching it again. No doubt, I'm not decking on NXT or nothing. I've been tuning in to every takeover still, but I just have been working on other stuff. So I've pretty much been just watching Raw and SmackDown, and then kind of letting the rest of the week die out. So that's why we haven't been covering NXT on the podcast. Plus, we're not just a wrestling podcast. Obviously, if you can tell by the title, I'm not going to be talking about just wrestling in this episode. We cover wrestling, gaming, music, and maybe some other things that might come to mind. So we are multi-topical, I guess you could say. I was going to go live last night with this, but like I said, I passed out. I'm still battling like a real bad cold, and it's left my throat rather sore. But right now I kind of have it suppressed, so I believe we'll be able to get this episode out of the way and do okay from there. Now, before we get to this week's Abysmal Raw, I figured we'll talk about the fallout that was leading up to, and then we'll do like a little SmackDown prediction, and then I'll get into the other topics that are going on. So last week, the Shield had their little farewell thing, and we got a wild Shelton Benjamin versus Seth Rollins match, which was pretty good. Seth Rollins defeated Benjamin. Balor and Rollins, they had a little thing going on. Then Bobby Lashley beat Finn Balor last week to become Intercontinental Champion again, which led to this week. Finn Balor apparently is going to try to get another shot. I don't know. I think they might be setting up a multi-man match at WrestleMania. Who knows? But at least we got another match confirmed last night, which is actually something I am surprisingly looking forward to. And that's for the Raw, not the Raw, but the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. So that should be pretty good. I'll get more into that once I get to this week's Raw. Ronda Rousey is pretty rogue. She destroyed Dana Brooke, and I'll go ahead and give it to you. She destroyed Dana Brooke last night too on Raw. So I feel bad for Dana. I mean, I really do. I mean, no, she's not the best, but I mean, call me optimistic. I guess you could say I felt like she might have had has potential. So yeah, in the same essence of ha 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 Dana, it's also yeah, poor Dana. So Dana Brooke, things have not been too kind to her during her WWE career, and we'll just leave it at that. Aleister Black and Ricochet last week defeated Aleister Black and Ricochet last week picked up a victory over Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. Alexa Bliss named herself host of WrestleMania. Okay, cool. Braun Strowman is in a feud with SNL Weekend Update guys. No? Yeah. I'm I do not know what to think on that. Then Elias last week started a thing with No Way Jose, so that continued on into this week as well. Last week, Booker T and Stevie Ray were announced as the Hall of Fame. They were going into the Hall of Fame. That's pretty cool. And then, of course, had a wild Lacey Evans appearance. Nia Jackson, Tamina, Natalya versus Nia Jax. Well, that led to all sorts of chaos. Then Triple H and Batista thing. That was pretty cool. Kurt Angle's retirement match that's coming in. So really nothing too much. Drew McIntyre last week also took out Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. That happened last week. And Kurt Angle actually beat Apollo Crews last week. So that was last week's Raw. Nothing too much there. Shane McMahon challenged Miz to a match at WrestleMania on SmackDown last week. Aleister Black, Ricochet, and the Hardy Boys went to a no contest. The New Day came out and destroyed both teams. SmackDown already opened up better than Raw. Randy Orton, AJ Styles face to face. That was pretty cool. That was a really good segment between the two. Randy is fired up, and I think this is going to be a pretty good program heading in. You can tell they were given some like leeway, and it's pretty cool to see that, man. Yes, Triple H and Batista is going to be good. Batista, I mean, he is 50, but he's one of those guys that has maintained, I believe, his physical peak so he can still go. And obviously, I mean, he's doing, movies and stuff now as well. Batista's still in shape to go. And honestly, I think The Rock could be too, but I mean, we don't need another Rock return. It'd be cool to see him, but we don't have to have him like do any matches or anything like that again. I don't think. Asuka defeated Sonya Deville last week. They're doing like a little dissension thing between Sonya and Mandy Rose. I guess it could lead to a triple threat match with them and Asuka at WrestleMania, which, I guess I don't know. Oh, also, if you guys know of a Hardee's or have a Hardee's location near you, well, our Hardee's has Fruit Loop donuts. They're pretty cool. They taste pretty good. The Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair segment last week, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Rey Mysterio and R-Truth actually beat Samoa Joe and Andrade last week, and Samoa Joe snapped. That was another cool thing to see. Samoa Joe is just, he's been a beast, and I'm glad he has a title on him now. So we'll see exactly what goes on there. It looks like we got a 4-way feud for WrestleMania at least, which is also pretty cool. I don't know. We'll just have to see how the next couple of weeks go with that, and of course what happens on SmackDown tonight, which most of that is going to be the Kofi Kingston Gauntlet, which I believe, if I'm correct, that is going to kick off SmackDown tonight. So I'm looking forward to the Gauntlet, which I just spoiled the ending there. So there you go. Daniel Bryan and Rowan actually defeated Kevin Owens and Mustafa Ali with Rowan's claw slam is actually called the Iron Claw. So cool. We got a name for it, which Iron Claw, I think, it works. No, I don't expect anything less from Joe there, Michael. I do not. So basically, the ending of SmackDown last week was Vince McMahon coming down to the ring, and the New Day, crack a magnificent promo. Kofi Kingston, when he took the mic to himself, he came in really strong, man. I'm glad Kofi Kingston is finally getting this opportunity, and I hope it lasts. I hope it is something that will last, because I mean, dude really deserves it. He really does. And I'm hoping he can win the WWE title at WrestleMania. We will see what happens there, though. But Vince McMahon last week basically said, "You want your shot? You got it. But only if you can run the gauntlet." Rowan, Sheamus and Cesaro, The Bar. Let's see, Randy Orton, and I think Samoa Joe as well. So, yeah, Kofi Kingston has, for over 11 years, has worked his ass off in WWE, and I think he deserves his time. This is Kofi's time. Mustafa Ali would have been in this same position, but I mean, injuries are woe, and Mustafa has admitted to that himself that he wants to earn his keep. You know what that means? Put him, build him up, rise him through the mid card, put him in a tag team, do something with him to build him up the ranks. Don't just toss him into the WWE title picture. I mean, I get he's very popular, just don't toss him into the picture right away. He just got there. What is up, Gaming with JT? Welcome to the live stream. With all that, though, we are on to this week's subject, which I'll talk about SmackDown after I talk about last night's. Oh my God, Raw last night. I was amused. And I wasn't amused because the episode was good. I may not dog it as much as some other people out there, but let's just say it wasn't a strong Raw. I'll give you that. It was Raw last night. Oh, what could I say? What could I say about Raw last night that hasn't already been said? I'm a nice guy, but I give last night overall a C-. Now, for me, I guess because I'm easily entertained, I don't know, but there was a couple of things to me last night that were okay. And then there was a whole lot of terrible. And I have notes, and I will go down the list of the notes. It was like watching a mid-card event. Okay, so put this out there right now. The whole thing with Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, and Drew McIntyre, thumbs up. That was good. That was a pro. Okay, then you get your cons. Finn Balor and Braun Strowman defeated Intercontinental Champion Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush. Now, the match itself, The funny thing, the thing that cracked me was seeing Braun Strowman just bulldoze. That's what you gotta do with Braun. You gotta have him bulldoze. You gotta let the man bulldoze his way through. And that was good. And R.I.P. Lio Rush. Send him back to 205 Live. Just send him to 205 Live. Put him in a cruiserweight title program. Excuse me. Put him in a cruiserweight title program. Lio Rush does not need to be anywhere near that anymore. That was ridiculous. Oh man, poor Leo. But that match was funny. That match was funny to me. It doesn't make it good. It just means it was funny. And then Ronda Rousey and her husband Travis Brown arrive in the arena, and basically they're trying to tell her what for. She's just like, whatever. Yeah, fuck you. I like it. I like the Ronda Rousey rogue crap, but I mean she keeps going rogue every week, and WWE knows how to wear something out really quick. And that was a case of that. WWE just it can be so good right then and there, but then when you look at it, it's just not good. Let me see. All right, there we go. Hopefully that if there was any audio issue, well, hopefully that fixed it. Then we had a moment of bliss, and Elias got interrupted by a Congo line, and it was led by Heavy Machinery. No Way Jose jumps out and attacks him. And then what surprised me was I felt, honestly, like Elias and No Way Jose actually had a surprisingly good match. Now, here's why that instantly would get crapped on. Because, one, where has No Way Jose been? No Way Jose doesn't get used. Vince McMahon tells him, no way, Jose. You know, and then he congas, or whatever he does, salsas or, whatever. And now, all of a sudden, he's got these green neon light dreadlocks. And I guess now Vince is like, yeah, put him on TV. Stick him in a wild feud with Elias or something. I don't know. But, okay. But the match was actually not bad. Elias picked up the win with the heat-seeking elbow and drift away. But I actually thought the match was okay. And then we go right into another negative. Now, I'm not going to dock on Baron Corbin, but I will say WWE really, really scapegoated him. And now it seems that Baron Corbin's story is that similar to Everybody Hates Chris. Instead of Everybody Hates Chris, it's Everybody Hates Corbin. So now we have another joke besides the Bacon Corbin joke. So I'm actually happy about that. But I'm not happy that Kurt Angle revealed him to be his WrestleMania opponent. I'm hoping there's a swerve that happens or something like that, but I'm probably being too optimistic there. And it also brought the whole crowd down in Chicago, and I don't blame them. I don't know what Kurt Angle was thinking, and I'm almost positive that was not going to be his first choice. But for some reason, right now, as it stands, it's Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin at WrestleMania. Yeah. If I'm gonna try to make a sensible opponent for Kurt Angle here, it could have been either the guy he had a great match, with tonight on Raw, or last night on Raw rather. Could have been Chad Gable. They had a great match last night. Chad Gable could have got a WrestleMania moment by going up against Kurt Angle in a legendary bout. Instead, it's thrown away on Raw. But, the match was still good nonetheless. Or we could have had somebody better come in to face Kurt Angle. Or we could have done John Cena. Now, some people may even boo that. But John Cena actually would have made sense as well. Because Kurt Angle was John Cena's, I believe, very first match when he made his main roster debut in WWE. Makes sense for John Cena to be Kurt Angle's last match in WWE, wouldn't it? Exactly. It's called continuity, people. It writes itself. You ain't got to be a rocket scientist to do it, but WWE makes it look like you got to be a rocket scientist to write their stories. And I just don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. There was no Aleister Black this week. We're getting close to that, so I will get to that in a moment. Natalya with Beth Phoenix versus Sasha Banks and Bayley. No contest. Nia Jax and Tamina ambushed the teams. But we are going to have a triple threat women's tag team title match. I'm pretty certain that is confirmed. And this is the match. This is a match that I'm actually looking forward to. I think that is a good match to have. And also, Bayley and Sasha Banks are going to be on SmackDown Live tonight, I believe, to confront the Iconics. So, yeah. Ricochet defeated Jinder Mahal. Big surprise. And, of course, when you're facing Jinder Mahal, that's a loss in a shuffle there. Yes, it is nice to see the Glamazon back. I agree with you, Michael Hall. It is very nice to see the Glamazon back. Now, our next... Oh, I already talked about it, actually. But, yeah. Poor Dana Brooke. They built her up. They built her up over the last... Oh, well, I don't know if you could say they built her up. But they hyped her up a bit. They got her hopes up, and they got her hopes and dreams up, and they just crushed the poor girl. They fed her to Ronda Rousey, sent her on the shelf. They wrote her off with an arm injury. So, yeah, I don't think Dana Brooke's going to last too much longer in WWE, which is a shame. for a multitude of reasons. One, because I actually think she could do okay if she was given the proper chance and time to shine. I think Dana Brooke could do really good. Maybe not the best, but really good. And plus, actually, she has one of the best women's theme songs out of the entire women's roster. Come at me, bro. No, actually, no, you know what? Don't at me on that. That is a fact, and you know it. Dana Brooke has one of the best women's theme songs on the roster. And that alone actually got me wishing for a Dana Brooke push, but hey, whatever. Yeah, she does. I mean, Ronda Rousey getting out of hand. Just, I don't know. Something to me just screams not buying it. Like, it screams out, I'm not buying this. And Ronda Rousey, I think, is doing it to a point where it may be overly saturated. And so the whole rogue thing is just, I don't know. I'm not really buying it. Apollo Crews actually defeated Baron Corbin. Ha! 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 Yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on that. Batista had a good. I guess Batista promo was pretty good. Which is, but Batista putting Vince over. Did I hear Batista right? He was kind of putting Vince over? Dave, are you? Yeah, I think you're a little out of touch there, buddy. No. Vince bad. Triple H good. Oh, why am I even addressing you? Next. Braun Strowman enters himself into the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Well, I guess we know Braun Strowman's WrestleMania role. Well, Lesnar, I guess so. But I don't know. I guess you could say Ronda Rousey's doing the same thing Brock Lesnar's doing. I don't know. But the difference is Ronda Rousey's showing up every week and doing this. So I don't know. We'll see what goes. We'll see what happens at WrestleMania. My prediction is that Becky Lynch will be walking out Raw Women's Champion. Who knows? They could swerve us on that. Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. Now, like I said, the Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar stuff was actually pretty good. I actually liked that. That was my main positive on Raw, actually. That was my main pro. Now, Seth Rollins got in his chair shots earlier in the night. So, Drew McIntyre kind of sort of got his comeuppance for what he did to Ambrose and Reigns last week on Raw. And then that opened up the clear way for Brock Lesnar to distract Rollins in the main event, which allowed Drew McIntyre to pick up that hard-fought victory after a Claymore. And the match was still, greatly paced and good action. And it was, a hard-fought victory. So, that was actually a really good way to end Raw. And I saw this on Twitter just before I went live. Last night after Raw went off the air, Dean Ambrose actually came out and helped save Seth Rollins from, obviously a Corbin beatdown. Corbin was out there. So Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose stand tall after Raw, post-air Raw last night. So, the crowd that was there, I believe they got to go home happy overall because they got to see those two stand up. And Seth Rollins, of course, rocking the Chicago Cubs colors. That was pretty cool to see. Now, SmackDown tonight, we have Kofi Kingston running the gauntlet, and I believe that is kicking off SmackDown tonight. That should be pretty good. Actually, no, that is going to be excellent. It's going to be amazing. I'm telling you what, right now, that match will, if they run that match the right way, that will have another A from me. And even better so if Kofi Kingston actually pulls out the big win in the gauntlet. Now, I don't know what they're planning to do for it, but I know, I'm pretty certain the destination is Kofi versus Bryan at WrestleMania. So let's do it. Let's do it. I'm hyped. Let's go. You know Kofi Kingston's going to be starting out the gauntlet. And he's going to have to fight through. And they're saying, yes, I'm correct. That should be kicking off SmackDown tonight. And that is going to be awesome. And I wouldn't mind it taking up the whole 2 hours, honestly, but they got other things planned for it. So, expect it to go at least 45 minutes to an hour. I would honestly be surprised if Kofi Kingston just runs like a series of like 5-minute matches and it's over within the first, half hour. I would honestly be surprised if that happens. But I think Kofi Kingston is going to get the win tonight, and I'll be watching, and I might be live tweeting. I don't know, it depends. So minor gaming news. I actually have Soul Calibur 6 now, which is one of the planned games I was streaming. Yes, we're going right into the gaming part of this episode. I didn't think there was going to be a gaming part of this episode, but there is actually. And it's just some slight gaming news. I managed to get my hands on Soul Calibur 6. Somebody was lucky enough to actually send me a copy, so that was cool of them. Shout out to you. And NASCAR Heat 2, managed to get my hands on a copy of that. Now, that is a bit of an older NASCAR game, but it was awesome for me to kind of, just do something cool for Papa T, a.k.a. Tornado. So we're going to have NASCAR streams coming to Twitch at some point. And it's NASCAR season right now, so for those of you who may or may not watch NASCAR, or hell, you may watch me play NASCAR, I don't know. But I'll probably be having a featured guest on there. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, definitely, man. I try to catch you when you're on. But I got a lot of cool things that I got planned coming to you guys on Twitch right now, because that's where we gotta put in the work, because the Facebook streaming thing. But once I get everything appropriated, hopefully I can actually do something else, or do something extra, and maybe get on the Facebook thing. I don't know yet. We'll just have to see how it goes from there. And that was me being fireman. Because fire. Yes. I breathe fire. And yes, also means I'm a smoker. But anyways, folks, that's the gaming bit. I was able to get my hands on Soul Calibur 6. So I should be able to get the roster created for CRW Soul Calibur, which is a special CPV event that features the Chronic Revenge Wrestling roster, and they fight on Soul Calibur. So it's actually something that no other wrestling league, it's something that no other virtual wrestling league has done. So that's pretty cool that we actually had a first time ever. And I'm actually happy about doing this one because I can do it live on Twitch, which means the quality of CRW Soul Calibur from Soul Calibur 6 is going to be miles, and I mean miles, better than the first edition of CRW Soul Calibur. But if you haven't checked out that first edition of CRW Soul Calibur. You can check it out on YouTube right now, and you'll be able to tell, because I'll give you a comparison. Okay, back when I was this was like around just my like within my second year as an active uploader on YouTube, and I still didn't have that great of a camera, nor a capture card for that matter. I still don't have a capture card, but I have, a very good camera, and I am good at working a camera to get it to show gameplay at a pretty good rate. So, yeah, I still haven't evolved all the way from it to capture card status, but I hope I can work my way there. Basically, I just wing it and do what I do, live stream on YouTube, through the gameplay or whatever. And that's mostly why I do things on Twitch. But for like Rock Band and stuff like that, I actually have to do it through YouTube so nothing gets muted. And because of the whole monetization thing, I can't even monetize Rock Band videos, which is part of the reason why I don't do a lot of Rock Band content. But I mean, I got to grind out through the career. So let me know what you guys would want to see as far as the Rock Band career goes. Or if you guys just want me to kind of sort of just play, catch up, and then come back at the end and I'll give you a rewind. I don't know. That's the only reason why I haven't finished career or even Rocky Drama for that matter. Just let me know what you guys want to see done there, and I will try my best to do it. Other than that, let's see. I have 2K19. So I might try to pump out content there soon. I believe I am just about done with all the logo work that I need to do. There may be a couple of things that I still have to do, and I will get it done ASAP, because yesterday I actually was going to work on that pretty good. I was going ham on it. So I'll try to do that. But I think as far as doing stuff like that goes, there's so much that I want to do streaming wise that I think the WWE 2K games in general, I think I may or may not be starting to just lose interest in them altogether. When you're a variety, gamer like me, you kind of, and especially with now, I'm getting older. And when you're constantly managing, trying to build something up, and you're the only guy that's working on it, it gets old, and it gets to the point where you just don't want to do it anymore. And when it gets to there, like, I don't mind creating the Saints. Okay, that's my team, that's my thing. That's cool. Me and my boys, and the girls. That's fine. I'm all fine with creating all that. But then it's like, I don't want to create nobody else. And, I don't know. The work in between that is, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know how you can take it. That exactly. It gets to the point where I just want to do like a Deadly Saints WWE Adventures type thing, and just say, to hell with the roster, and maybe make that CRW based content. I don't know, but I will try. Well, I try every year, but I mean, if I can find a way to do, if I can get a team together to help out with creations or anything like that, that would be cool. If you guys want, anybody else on Xbox One wants to help create, all you gotta do is contact me. I can help go over looks and stuff. Hell, it's not really hard when you look at it, but when you're doing it all by yourself, that's what makes it hard. And honestly, I'm almost at the point where I would just love to get into a game and play. So that's kind of my stance on 2K. It's not that I don't like them anymore. It's that I just feel like there's too much going on for me to really put time and depth into it. Unless I blow away a couple of streams doing creations and stuff, and people get to watch, live creations. That's one of the few things that maybe I figured would work. Because then it's like, okay, well, we know what the topic is, so we're just going to get to chat, and you're looking at behind-the-scenes footage and stuff. I mean, maybe. I don't know. But I guess we'll figure it out as it goes. Excuse me. So, with that being said, that brings me to the final topic of this week's episode, which I might hit SmackDown up on Sunday. And I don't know, there may be another episode this week, because I actually plan on doing a review of this. And for those of you who follow music, everybody's a fan of music, obviously. But if you're a fan of Mötley Crüe, you will know that this week is Mötley Crüe week. And for anybody that knows me personally, they know Mötley Crüe is one of my favorite bands of all time. Even if their song the cover they dropped last week, even if it's a tiny bit questionable. Yeah. This week's Mötley Crüe week, and on March 22nd, which is Friday, and I already have my date clear, I am not to be bothered on the 22nd. Except unless you live in this house with me. So, yeah. I am not to be bothered on the 22nd because I am watching with everybody else in this household. We will be watching the Mötley Crüe biopic, The Dirt. And I actually have a plan to review The Dirt live on the Deadly Saints podcast. And if I do that, I will throw in SmackDown for free. I will review the little bit of SmackDown with it. I am looking forward to The Dirt on Netflix on Friday. If you guys are fans of Mötley Crüe, fans of me, fans of music, do yourself a favor. Cut on Netflix. Watch it. Watch it when it drops on Friday. Watch it on March 22nd when it drops. Because the Dirt is going to be awesome. I have no doubt in my mind that it's going to be a great film. I'm looking forward to it, dude. Mötley Crüe being one of my favorite bands of all time, of course. That is going to be exciting. And if you have Sirius XM radio on the Hair Nation channel, the members of Mötley Crüe are popping in throughout the week to tell like stories and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Pretty much blast you some Crüe this week. This is Mötley Crüe week. This is the week to listen to their music. And, get psyched, get pumped, get hyped for The Dirt. Coming out on March the 22nd, this Friday. And you would think they would sponsor me, right? No, with as much hype as I'm building up for this. But no. I'm just an excited fan that's looking forward to it. So, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to rest my voice. Thank you, Michael Hall, for chatting. And Johnny, I know you and Harris are there. You better say something in the chat before I head out. No, well, thanks, Gab, for the uplifting speech. But I know you and Harris are both hype. I talk to you guys. I talk to you guys frequently, so yeah. Shout out to two of the best moderators out there, Johnny and Harris. I'll talk to you guys probably at some point throughout the day. I know you guys are hyped. I know Johnny's hype. I know Harris is looking forward to it too. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here, folks, because I am getting Thanks, Michael. Thank you for the compliment. Be sure to like the video. Like the video. We want at least 5 likes. At least 5 likes. If we can get it to 10, that'll be awesome as well. Share the content with your friends. Help us get the channel up to 1,000 subscribers. We have a goal of 250 by WrestleMania, so we have little milestone goals there. If we can hit them, that'll be awesome. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. It's going to be long, so just set up a little bit here and there so we can get to, and hopefully we hit that goal by WrestleMania. Oh, Michael, you're awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in to this live edition of the Daily Saves podcast. Hopefully I covered everything okay, and I didn't seem too out of it or anything like that. I'm going to go ahead and get off here so I can rest my voice because it's still a little bit sore, and I'll just catch you guys later. If I stream on Twitch, hopefully I'll be streaming on Twitch this week. I know I got to get it up, but I want to make sure I'm good enough to commentate. So we'll just see what happens. I'm going to go fix me something to eat. Hopefully get something warm to kind of touch down, and we'll see what happens throughout the week. But I'll catch you guys later right here in the Deadly Saints Nation on the Firestar Heart YouTube channel. Be sure to check out Renegade Gaming. Check those links out in the description. Follow. See what you guys can do. Help support the channel. Any little bit helps, and we greatly appreciate it. Love you guys. Bang. Goodbye. And as Kenny says, good night.